Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, especially since this is a general reading. All right, so let's get into it. We have the Five of Cups reversed. We have the King of Swords. I like how it's like this King of Swords is looking right at that Five of Cups, kind of saying, what's going on here? What are you doing? We have the Four of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles, and then we have the Judgment. I feel like the Four of Pentacles has been coming out a lot lately for Capricorn, and I feel like it's really looking within and finding what makes you happy, what makes you feel good, what gives you that, like working on you, doing that inner work. And that's so important because that affects your life. It affects the choices that you're making. It affects how you're seeing things and you're doing things. I feel like you're finally turning things around, especially with this Five of Cups being reversed here, is because when it's right side up, it's that this person is focusing on these three spilled cups, but there's two cups behind. And I feel like you're finally looking at those two cups. I feel like you're finally seeing things for what they are, especially with this King of Swords, how this King of Swords is looking right at that Five of Cups and saying, you know, seeing the reality of a situation. It could have to do with a friendship, but I also feel like it could do with a partnership because we have the King and Queen, we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. I also feel like it's being your own best friend. And that's something that I feel is very important, is because being your own best friend means that you're looking out for yourself, that you're making good choices for yourself, that you're not getting frustrated with yourself if things don't turn out the way that you thought that they were supposed to be. I feel like you're looking at your relationships and your partnerships in a different way. The way this Queen of Pentacles here is she's actually looking back, if you can see her eyes, like she's actually looking back. So she's looking back again, I feel, towards this King of Swords, but then towards this reversed Five of Cups. And I feel like you're kind of seeing, yeah, like you're realizing, yeah, I was focusing on the three spilled cups. I was focusing on a lot of negativity, that I was, you know, focusing on things that weren't serving me. I also feel like you're looking at partnerships, you're looking at relationships. I feel like things are transforming. My eye is being drawn to this dragonfly, and I feel like dragonfly represents transformation because it kind of goes to this kind of worm type of a thing, and then it transforms into and then it has wings, and then it transforms, kind of like, you know, like the butterfly, how it goes from a caterpillar to actually I think the dragonfly is actually like this kind of bug type of a thing, like a beetle-ish bug type of a thing, but then it definitely goes through that transformation just like the butterfly. And I feel like you're finally hearing the message, like things are finally making sense for you, that you're focusing on you, you're focusing on what is important to you. I feel that because of this revelation, that you need time to yourself to process everything that's going on. You're also looking at things in a different way with this Ace of Swords. I feel this sense of pause that is needed for you coming up. I feel this kind of like this time out for you that's coming in. I also feel this huge release for you with this Ten of Swords. Tens can represent completions and endings, and it also can represent new beginnings because 1 + 0 is 1. So 1 represents new beginnings, like a new chapter. And so I feel that it's things coming to an end, but you also have these new beginnings. I love it. King of Wands. Yeah, new beginnings. You're looking back. I feel like you're feeling, gosh, I can't think of the word, not nostalgic, but you're feeling You're looking back, but I feel like you're kind of looking at things and like things are making sense and you're saying, oh, I see why that happened. Or I see what I needed to learn from that. I see why that, wow, okay. That's really interesting. So we have the King of Cups. So we have the King of Swords, we have the King of Wands, and we have the King of Cups. So there's 3 kings here, and I feel like that's a very powerful, strong message for someone. And I feel like you're empowering yourself with this king energy. But I also feel like you're empowering your feminine side, you're empowering your masculine side, which is about action, and it's about doing, and it's like making things happen, and it's about movement. But then you're also taking a softer side, but you're also being gentle. Like you're having this really nice balance within yourself. I do feel like you're going to want time to yourself to process and to be alone and just kind of reevaluate things. I also feel like you're going to be releasing some things. I feel like you're tired, but I feel like you're a good tired. And I feel like some things that have happened in your life, like they're going to make sense to you. Like you're going to be like, oh, I see why that happened, or I understand why that happened. And, you know, I understand why things lined up the way that they did. And I feel like you're going on a new path. Like you're choosing differently, especially with this 2 of Wands below the Judgment card. Is I feel like you're kind of looking at things differently and you're choosing differently for yourself. And I feel like I feel like you're, oh, you can't see. We have the King of Cups here. I feel like you're not holding on to things when you go through this process, that you're not going to be holding on to things like you used to. I feel that you had a tendency to kind of hold on to those emotions and those feelings. And I feel like you're going to be more in control of your emotions and feelings with this here. I feel like you're going to be, okay, this is what I need to focus on, and this is what I need to embrace, and this is what I need to let go of. Especially with this being reversed, how we started out with that. It's like you're going to realize what emotions and feelings that you need to focus on and what ones that you need to let go of. Sometimes we have a tendency, especially if we're not in a positive space, is that we're reaffirming the negativity in our life, and so we are holding on to the negative emotions because we keep replaying that in our head, so that way we can keep reminding ourselves and we can keep ourselves in a negative space. And I feel like you're kind of realizing, you know what, I don't need to keep replaying the negativity. I need to focus on the positivity, and I need to focus on the positive things. We have sometimes life stings with wasp spirit. Sometimes it does, but I feel like it stings so it can wake us up and say, hey, pay attention. Like, are you real? Do you see what you're doing? Like, do you see what's happening here? Like, do you see that? Like, sometimes I feel like when we have our challenges and we feel like life stings, it's to open our eyes and say, okay, what can I learn from this situation? What do I need to do different? What do I need to let go of, right? To process that sometimes when life stings. And that's when I feel we learn the most, is when life stings and we feel like, what's going on here? And we learn how strong we actually are, and we learn how maybe where is our energy being focused. We have healing, restoring hope. And that's exactly what I feel this reading is that you are restoring hope within yourself, that you're not looking at it, you're not looking for it with something else and saying, well, if I buy this, or this relationship happens, or this job happens. Like you're restoring hope within yourself. You're taking that time to yourself, and you're restoring hope within yourself, and you're realizing and you're learning things, and you're empowering yourself, and you're saying, I need to focus on me, what restores hope for me, right? Healing, doing that healing for yourself, healing from those times when you feel like life stings, but maybe that's life stings for you to open your eyes and say, you know what, I need to switch my focus. I need to be more in control. I need to take some actions, right, to change things up. I need to do things differently myself. Sometimes it's like, we're always waiting for someone or something else to take control of our lives, but we have to realize that we have to take control of our lives ourselves and our perspective. All right, let's get a wisdom of the oracle here for you. Yang, that is so funny. That's so crazy, because that's exactly what I was thinking about, is with the yang energy. That's so crazy. Sometimes I just surprise myself with what comes out. Is how I noticed all of that, the king energy and the masculine energy, and yang is a masculine energy, and yang, see how there's the fireball and its energy and its action. Like yin is the feminine energy where we kind of relax and it's softer and it's kinder and we kind of observe more. But the yang energy is where we take actions and we do things. And that's exactly what I was feeling. And that's so cool that that card came out, right? It's time for you to take actions, right? It's time to take things into your own hand. And then we have the number 1 here, which is new beginnings, right? It's new chapters. It's like, it's like being that number 1 and healing. And that's what I was saying with the 10 of Swords, is that 1 plus 0 is 1. And so here we have 1 again, okay? The 1 is you. The 1 is you. And it just so happened that I was looking at my clock and how long this video is going. And when I was looking at that, it said 11:11. All right. And then we have 11:11 here, right? So with the 4 of Wands. So ones are really important. I feel like 1 is a number. I just feel like it's 1 is connected with this reading. The number 1 is connected with this reading, which is new beginnings. And then we have, look at that, we have 2, which is intuition. So I feel like it's that inner knowing, but I feel like it's that progression and moving forward. I feel that you were stuck, but now you're kind of realizing, okay, I need to make some changes. I need to do some things differently. I need to see that this challenge that you're going through is not something to hold you back. It's something for you to open up your eyes and become more connected with yourself and open up doors for yourself. And I feel that too many times we feel that we're supposed to do things a certain way because so-and-so does it that way, or so-and-so says that it needs to happen this way. I feel that it's an important message for you to realize that you can use those ways that someone else has done things or said things. You can use that as guidance, but don't feel constrained or contracted to do things the way someone else did it. I feel that it's, if you feel you need to do something for yourself, if you feel you need to express yourself in a certain way, if you feel you need to release in a certain way, if you feel you have choices or decisions within yourself that you need to do for you, follow that, right? Follow your own belief. We're all individuals. We're all unique beings within ourselves. And I feel like it's important to follow what you feel inside you. I feel like this is a very strong message for you, is that it's important for you to follow what you feel and don't question it. Don't overthink it. If you have this gut feeling that you need to do something or make a choice or a decision, or like just something within yourself, like if you have to start exploring something like journaling or, you know, researching information, follow it, listen to it, let it guide you, okay? Guiding yourself. And don't feel like, well, so-and-so did it this way, or so-and-so says this, or don't do that. Don't follow into that trap. Use the information that is being presented to you, that is popping up for you, those things that are coming through to you. Pick what works best for you and leave the rest. Like I always say at the beginning of my readings, right? Take what works for you and leave the rest. That it doesn't mean that the whole reading is meant for you. It could just be bits and pieces and parts, one message that out of the whole entire reading that is meant for you, and to just take that and run with it. Don't feel like you have to be confined that the whole message is for you, right? Or that you have to follow in someone else's footsteps. Do what you feel guided to do within yourself. And that's the people who have made discoveries, right? They've always had this belief within themselves that they know that they can make something happen, and they've always kind of followed their intuition, and they're like, yeah, like I know this can happen even though nobody else has done it or everybody's saying that I can't do it. They followed themselves and they trusted their own feeling and their belief within themselves. And I feel like this is something for you too. Take actions on what you feel and what you believe within yourself. Don't let outside influences affect you. I feel like that's the big message for this reading is to follow your intuition, right? Follow your intuition, and hear that message that you feel is that the message is particularly, specifically just for you. Okay, it's your message. It's your interpretation. It's your message that's trying to come through to you. Listen to it. Something's trying to get through to you, right? To take actions for yourself. Don't talk yourself out of it. Again, of course, you have to do what you feel is right for you. I'm not telling you what you have to do, but I feel that sometimes we really have to think about those things, and we have to say, this is what I feel guided to do, and this is what I'm going to follow through and do. All right, I could go on forever about this, but I won't. Thank you so much for watching. I am so thankful for you to be in my life. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope this has helped you in some way. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I wish you the best in your journey.